Admiral Keth Var of the Zerillian Confederation had witnessed the birth and death of 3 stellar empires during his 4-century lifespan. His crystalline exoskeleton bore the scars of 1,000 battles across the spiral arm, and his tactical neural net had processed every known military strategy in galactic history. Yet nothing had prepared him for the readings his flagship's quantum sensors were delivering. "Impossible," he whispered, his translator converting the subsonic harmonics into standard galactic. "Run the deep scan protocol again." Commander Nyx Prime, her biomechanical form, interfacing directly with the ship's systems, transmitted the results with barely contained excitement. "Admiral, the readings are consistent. Earth's oceans contain approximately 1.2 million discrete spacecraft signatures, each measuring between 800 and 2,000 meters in length. They're all powered down, but the quantum resonance patterns indicate active matter-antimatter cores in standby mode." The bridge of the dreadnought Eternal Conquest fell silent except for the hum of life support systems. For 3 standard years, the Confederation's military intelligence had dismissed Earth as a primitive backwater, a blue marble whose inhabitants had barely achieved fusion technology and were still confined to their single star system. The planet's inclusion in the galactic census had been considered a bureaucratic formality. Keth Var's mandibles clicked in contemplation as he studied the holographic projection of Earth rotating slowly before him. The planet's surface showed the expected signs of a Type 0.7 civilization: sprawling cities, atmospheric pollution, primitive orbital installations. But beneath the oceanic surface, the quantum signature map revealed something that defied every assumption about human technological capability. "How long have they been there?" he asked. Based on sediment analysis and gravitational micro-disturbances, Nyx Prime responded, "At least 700 standard years. The formations suggest systematic placement rather than random positioning." The implications sent shockwaves through Keth Var's consciousness. While the galaxy's major powers had been locked in their eternal cycles of expansion and conflict, humanity had been quietly constructing the largest naval force in recorded history and hiding it beneath kilometers of seawater. Dr. Elena Vasquez descended through the crushing darkness of the Mariana Trench in her deep-sea research submersible, unaware that alien sensors were tracking her every movement. Her mission was routine, collecting samples from the abyssal plains for her oceanographic institute. The anomalous sonar readings that had appeared on her instruments 3 days ago were probably just underwater geological formations. But as her vessel's lights pierced the eternal night at 10,000 meters depth, Elena's breath caught in her throat. Stretching beyond the limits of her illumination lay what could only be described as an underwater city. Massive structures, clearly artificial, rose from the ocean floor in perfect geometric formations. The architecture was hauntingly beautiful organic curves, blended with crystalline angles, all covered in a bioluminescent coating that pulsed with rhythmic patterns. "Control, this is Deep Explorer 7, she transmitted to the surface, her voice barely steady. "I'm going to need you to patch me through to some very specific people. And you're not going to believe what I'm seeing." Within hours, Elena's discovery had reached the highest levels of Earth's hidden governance structure. The Oceanic Council, a shadow organization that had guided humanity's development for centuries, convened an emergency session in their underwater facility beneath the Puerto Rico Trench. Director James Chen, whose ancestry traced back to the original architects of the Hidden Fleet Protocol, addressed the assembled representatives via quantum-encrypted hologram. "The Zorbillion Confederation has detected our presence. After 7 centuries of careful concealment, the masquerade is over." The council chamber, a vast transparent dome surrounded by the infinite darkness of the deep ocean, buzzed with nervous energy. Around the circular table sat the descendants of humanity's greatest visionaries, scientists, engineers, and strategists who had recognized centuries ago that Earth's survival would depend not on aggressive expansion, but on strategic patience. "The fleet is ready?" asked Dr. Sarah Kim, the current Director of Naval Operations. "All 1,247,883 vessels report full operational status," Chen confirmed. "The antimatter cores have maintained 99.7% efficiency over the storage period. Our distributed AI networks are online. The question now is whether we reveal ourselves as allies or adversaries. Above them, invisible to human eyes, but blazingly obvious to alien sensors, the Xyrillian fleet held position at the edge of Earth's gravity well. 47 dreadnoughts and 300 escort vessels, a force capable of reducing Earth's surface to molten slag within hours. Admiral Keth Var found himself in an unprecedented situation. Standard Confederation protocol demanded immediate subjugation of any potentially threatening civilization. But the sheer scale of Earth's hidden fleet suggested military capabilities that rivaled the galaxy's major powers. A direct assault could result in catastrophic losses for both sides. "Open a communication channel," he ordered. "Standard first contact protocols. Let's see what these humans have to say for themselves." The response came not from Earth's surface governments, but from the ocean depths themselves. Director Chen's image, materialized on the Xyrillian bridge, transmitted through quantum entanglement arrays that shouldn't have existed on a primitive world. "Admiral Keth Var," Chen began, his words perfectly translated into Xyrillian harmonic frequencies. "We have been expecting you." The alien commander's crystalline features betrayed surprise. "You know who I am?" "We have been monitoring galactic communications for 3 centuries, Chen replied calmly. "We know about the Confederation, the hegemony wars, the quantum plague that devastated the Andromeda colonies. We know about you specifically, your victories at Vega Prime, your tactical innovations during the siege of Proxima Station." Keth Var's tactical neural net raced through possibilities. "If you have possessed this knowledge and this fleet for centuries, why have you remained hidden?" Chen's expression grew contemplative. "Because we learn from the mistakes of others. Every civilization that has achieved rapid galactic expansion has ultimately collapsed under the weight of its own ambitions. We chose a different path to grow strong in secret, to study and prepare, to wait for the moment when our intervention might make a difference. And that moment is now. Our long-range sensors have detected something approaching from the galactic void," Chen said gravely. "Something that makes the hegemony wars look like territorial disputes between children. The galaxy will need every resource, every ship, every alliance it can muster." On the holographic display, Chen transmitted data that made Keth Var's biomechanical heart skip a cycle. The readings showed a massive extragalactic object, not a fleet, but something far worse. A technological construct the size of a small moon, its quantum signature, unlike anything in the Confederation's databases. "We estimate contact in 18 standard months," Chen continued. "The hidden fleet was always intended for this moment, not to conquer, but to defend. We offer our alliance to the Confederation, and through you, to all the civilized worlds of the galaxy." As if responding to some unseen signal, the ocean depths around Earth began to glow. One by one, the hidden vessels powered up their systems, their combined luminescence turning the planet's oceans into a constellation of light, visible from orbit. Admiral Keth Var watched in awe as humanity's secret fleet began its ascent from the depths, 1,000,000 ships rising through layers of water that had concealed them for centuries, each vessel a masterpiece of engineering that represented humanity's patient dedication to their species' survival. The galaxy always wondered what made humans special. Keth Var transmitted to his fleet. "Now we know. They are the only species wise enough to prepare for a war they hoped would never come." The hidden fleet broke the surface of Earth's oceans like silver leviathans emerging from myth, their hulls gleaming with technologies that would reshape the balance of galactic power. Humanity had finally revealed its hand, and the universe would never be the same.